So what would be like the main message that's coming out of the Lebanese comedy field right now? Like what's that message that you were referring to?
There's no specific message, but I mean, each comedian has, for example, Shakir Abu Abdullah. He enjoys writing about Arab traditions, religion.
Hmm.
Um, Stephanie is more about the everyday life. She writes about anecdotes women and men can relate. Wissam Kamal is a very social, is a very good critique of the society, what to do, what not to do. And John just blends all these topics. So there's not a message, but there is a need to express, they need to express themselves, and they do it on stage.
Hmm.
And it's a way to open up debates with the audience, to provoke them, to shock them a little bit.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of topics that people do not bring up on TV or in everyday life, and they just go on stage, they're unfiltered, and they just, boom, they just talk about it. It's very audacious. It's bold.
I mean, that's great insight that you have because you also got to spend time with them. Like these are things we're learning about these comedians that we wouldn't, like the audience wouldn't know about them, because what we see is like a performer and they're performing the act, but we don't know personally if that's in comedy. It's different because in comedy it's usually the same personality that you see on stage is the same one that you see off stage,
Thank you for
and
thank you for just speaking about that, because making the documentary about the comedians was also to a way to humanize them for an audience that
mhm.
criticizes them a lot, thinking they're just like, clowns going on stage. That's not the case at all. They're
Yeah.
so honestly, because like a lot of people say, "شو هالهبل هيدا?" It's not habal. These people, they write their jokes. Everything is almost calculated. Everything is thought through. It's very hard to make an audience laugh, trust me. But they have to give the impression that it's effortless, and that when in fact writing jokes is a whole process. There's a premise, and I was like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
it's just writing a joke and going on stage. So I wanted them to talk about topics that all Lebanese people and all people all over the world can relate, so that at the end these comedians go through exactly the same things we go through. They're not just funny people, they're engaged, they're smart people who have something to say. And as I said before, sometimes going on stage, they say stuff that can shock, provoke, or even upset, but it opens up a conversation at the end of the day. And I think the people who go watch uh, these comedians in awkward comedy show, they want to be challenged, because comedians are unfiltered. I mean, when you go there, it's a different vocabulary. It's يعني جو. It's a different atmosphere. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Really. I'm really happy and proud that we have these kind of platforms in Lebanon, because you
Yeah.
won't find them in other Arab countries. So we're doing a great job.
Which makes it so unique. And one of the beautiful things about Awkwards, before you go in the show, there's a huge sign that says, "Do not heckle. If you're easily offended, the show's not for you."
Absolutely. I mean, comedians go up there as if like we're just sitting in the living room, chatting and talking with friends. I mean, uh, that's why I'm saying it's unfiltered. And some people I saw in the audience were like, "Oh, Shuaibi, walau." I mean, no, not me, walau. They're really like bringing up like political. They speak about everything, like everything, and that aren't discussed on TV.
hmm
So comedians have this ability to de-dramatize and at the same time raise awareness. So, and as Stephanie said in the documentary, there are like 18 communities in Lebanon, and they all come to watch them. So,
hmm
you just put a seed and it grows.
Wow.
Uh, I've noticed that Stephanie seems to be have played a big part of your like your observations and in your documentary